1, 2, 3, play. Hello, this is Scratch and Dennis with Hidden Community Cup genre rogue bracket between Karabast in the blue as the Turks and PowMatt in the red as the Georgians on slopes. What do you think about this matchup, Dennis?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Let's see what the positions look like on the current standings. Both players are actually... This is Karabast against PowMatt. So PowMatt needs a win here to stay alive. And yeah, it's a must-win where if they win 2-0... Maybe I actually think just on match play it's gonna be probably not gonna matter. But yeah, PowMatt needs to win essentially this set. But I mean, if PowMatt can't qualify, it's still worth PowMatt getting certain match wins to kind of look back on and kind of have a good memory of the tournament. So it should be good. But yeah. That's where we are at right now. Darren leads the group in the 2-0. Karabast is essentially 1-1 right now.
Yeah, Turks on slopes is so wild. We can see fast imp. We can see scouts.
Yeah, Turks
Georgians...
is an interesting pick for sure because Turks are not known to get going quickly. So I don't know if Karabast is thinking about going a little defensive early on. But yeah, Georgians are going to be fun because it means PowMatt actually has the DLC. Picked this, probably bought this particular DLC. Or I don't know how many DLCs PowMatt owns, but clearly likes the Georgians. And Georgians get Healing Cav, which could be fun to play with. The Monaspa has been kind of infamous since Georgians have been released. So...
Karabast lost a villager.
Oh.
An awkward board.
Okay.
Defend him?
It happens.
It happens.
This game is hard.
Yeah, I think in the end it's I think in this bracket it's about decision making. But yeah, let's see if how both players play this. It's been fairly open. I think we've said that this is kind of like the other version of Arabia with slopes. I don't know if it's necessarily accurate, but it's essentially an open map sort of. Where you...
And it really feels like Arabia.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't go off to the sides, if somehow you don't scout the sides or use the sides in any way, you would not notice the difference between this and Arabia, I don't think.
Speaking of scouting, so far Blue has scouted their entire side of the base. Red has essentially scouted their side, mostly on the right. I guess the expansion, I mean, at least based on scouting, could be more towards the right, because the left side's been ignored for the scouting purposes.
Yeah, Karabast, their scout took a moment of silence for the lost villager and was idle for a bit, but now they're heading straight for the opponent. Now, I might not know something about the Georgians, but we've got one single woodcutter over here. Is there something up with that?
No, it's I guess it's just the Georgians kind of...
Oh, I suppose they don't have to build a lumber camp because they start with the mule cart. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Could be, yeah. I'm not someone who's played the Georgians as much to know exactly about build orders, but yeah, it's definitely interesting that it's just one on wood. We'll only have to see if there's a limiting factor to it once PowMatt reaches feudal. But the click up is very quick. I mean, there's been idle time, but still, it's been
17.
Yeah, there's I think 25 seconds per villager, and right now PowMatt has 1 minute 30 seconds, so it's around the time of 20 wills, but I don't think there's loom, so yeah. Oh, actually, there's loom as well. So yeah, this is 20 plus loom click up time, but has 17 villagers.
Well, so I think the idea is the mule cart counts as a lumber camp, and because the mule cart counts as a lumber camp, we don't have to get so much wood early on. We just have to get enough to make a mill. So the extra villagers that we'd be sending to wood can just...
Yeah, now red has to heavily go to wood
So
to get the buildings up, right? Right now, you don't really have the buildings for the barrack, archery range, or stable. So yeah, I think you are lacking on wood because of how that was played.
But I don't think it's actually a bad thing, because now we can send all of our villagers that were on sheep straight to wood. I think this feels like a Chinese start to me, in that it's not... It just feels different.
I mean, you need 175 wood
I think this is just the Georgians can do.
Nah, I mean, you need 175 for wood now, so you're not, there's nothing to go about it. It's just you don't really have the wood to make you're delayed an army, essentially, because you didn't have the wood.
Little.
Yeah.
I think if we had a little bit more eco-focus on those sheep over the berries, we would have gotten on this wood a little faster. Again, I don't actually think this is a misplay. The couple Georgian games that I've seen, they've done something similar, maybe with just 2 lumberjacks instead of 1. But again, I don't think it's
2 is regular, right?
bad.
Two in the early, like 7th and 8th villager is early enough that could help. But I guess over here it was just slow. Right now there's no buildings yet for both players. I mean, Karabast is clicked up just now, so we will find out what...
PowMatt scouted forward, saw a blue barracks, and then immediately retreated. That's a little concerning to me. I think if we had seen the gold villager...
There's a stable coming up for Karabast, and Turks do get extra armor on their scouts, so that could help with the scout rush, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just verify what I just said. South. Yeah, 2+1. Yep, they do get extra
and the free upgrade for castle and.
Yeah, right now either they don't get like Cav, but they will get it in Castlage. But yeah, no bonuses comes into play with the light Cav, but there is armor.
Barracks coming up, so I think we are going to see a scout rush. Yep, we got 3 scouts in the dot, or in the stable.
Yep, and 1 already in the field, so there's 5 scouts. Yeah.
This Georgian start is definitely a little awkward, but I think we're slowly overcoming it. But I definitely think we would want military buildings, or spearmen at least, pretty soon. But we don't know about the stable yet, just the barracks. We do see that there's other buildings there, so an assertion could be made. We are sending a scout back in for PowMatt. I like these 2 players. I feel like this is a pretty even matchup from what we've seen from them. Finding the lumber camp. PowMatt just proving he's a better scout than me. My scout would already be dead by now. Doing exactly what PowMatt's doing. Duh.
To be fair,
okay, the Turkish people are very
PowMatt,
generous.
yep, that was just let go. And again, no army, still no military buildings yet. Just playing a very passive game. Yep. Again, I think this far into the tournament, I don't know how the games went for PowMatt, but this must have been easily
good reaction for fighting back, but
you do get armor, yeah. You do get armor, yeah.
Yeah. Normally that reaction is appropriate. Villagers can absolutely.
I mean, if you have a few scouts, then maybe, but you have 5 scouts here. That's going to be pretty strong.
Well, it was 2 at first.
Yep.
but we're building farms. We're overcoming it. We got spearmen. I would have liked spearmen earlier. Realistically, if we had done a little bit of a better job scouting, or I would say a more complete job scouting, we would have known. So that's okay. Oh, this is gonna be juicy. Yeah, you can't fight this. Turkish scouts are very strong. Well, that's not correct, but they're outside of a villager's scope.
I mean, the positive for PowMatt is if PowMatt has the buildings down, can click up to Castle Age earlier, and maybe the earlier Castle Age can be used for anything. For the pikemen,
Karabast, what the hell are you doing?
I guess it's like pikemen. Okay, let me counter pikemen with man-at-arms. I think that's the thinking.
I guess.
Yeah.
Spearmen. They're not pikemen yet.
It's... Actually, you are...
You do it all the time, and it's great. I love it.
Yeah, pointy boys. I'm just gonna say pointy boys.
Yeah, pointy boys. There you go.
Yep.
That's agnostic. That works in every age.
Yeah.
That even covers the Imperial.
Yep.
And Halberdier. Good stuff. Or no, Imperial Skirmisher. I'm dumb. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, Karabast even has bloodlines, so can actually fight off the pointy boys.
Yeah, I don't know if the man-at-arms really contributes here. I think I'd prefer an archer follow-up, especially from Turks, because you can get it with the hand cannons.
Or skirms, yeah, anything. Essentially, right now, I think PowMatt can click up to... I think the entire idea was Market Blacksmith Castlage. The click up should be happening right now, but I think it's the army that's distracting PowMatt a little bit. Yeah.
It was a good reaction, pulling the villagers back and sending the spearmen in. We just needed to really commit to it. We needed to pull those villagers all the way under the TC and send all of the spearmen.
I mean, right now, every second the click up is not happening is a benefit to Karabast, because Karabast is going to be up soon. Yeah, okay. There's going to be few minutes of advantage. Blue is still open, so there's going to be a counter attack potential in early Castle Age for PowMatt.
I really like... I disagree with the man-at-arms. I don't think that was beneficial. But I do like that it was a measured response. Well, I say that they're queuing up more now. I do like that the man-at-arms was not like a whole tech switch. I like that a lot, that it wasn't a complete tech switch, so that's good. But I do think you're playing Turks, I wouldn't do man-at-arms, I would go archery range and send in one or two.
Or you have the villagers on stone, you'll probably have a castle, you just go for Janissaries, right? That's also an option. But a villager's exposed, less HP as well, so that villager's dead. In the edge, so...
It's taken a long time to kill.
Yep.
There we go.
Alright, so
I like the spearman production.
Man-at-arms.
It's not good because...
The man-at-arms is in the field.
Yeah, the spearman production is good, but the problem is it's not going to win because these Turkish scouts are about to upgrade, and they're beefier to begin with. I think that we needed to couple the spearmen with an archery range over a stable, personally. Just to be able to deal with the man-at-arms and the scouts.
Okay, so...
slowly building an archery mass on top of your spear defense feels like the correct play.
Wait a minute, it was just 11-second advantage in Castle, so it's not really even a window where PowMatt could do more things.
Not with this much pressure.
Yep. A lot of villager kills for these scouts and a lot of value. And light cap too, so that they're gonna two-shot the villagers, I think.
That sounds right. But they are getting low on health. I will say that.
Yeah, but
a lot of idle time here.
I think they've gotten more than enough value, right? They have 18 kills so far. This group of scouts, light cap has 18 kills so far, and also getting husbandry for them and making more.
We've got knights coming out of the stable. I think if this is the reaction we want to do, I think that's fine, but I think you need to build two stables. You need to get as many knights on the field as you can manage, even if you can't sustain it forever, as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think
because two knights are gonna die. I think. They'll get some kill. Well, no, they're pretty low health. I don't know.
They're getting armor. I think they they should
With
be.
armor, they should be.
I mean, like I said before, this light cab has gotten more than enough value, so I think. But yeah, I like that Karabast is just hiding the light cab and then running back in, hiding the light cab, coming
really,
back in.
Really good hit and run tactics.
Yeah.
And we're starting to wall up on the base because we saw knights. Good stuff.
Yep. And now.
Now I am very nervous about PowMatt attempting a counterattack. I think that would be a mistake here. Man at Arms is dead. Yep.
You think
Yeah.
the counterattack from PowMatt is incorrect?
I do, because these light cav are just gonna swoop in and take out the undefended Wukong.
I honestly think that you need a counterattack right now because you are down 8 villagers. You need a counterattack. You can defend with the spearmen that you have. You kind of or pointy boys because you'll immediately be like, oh, that's a...
No,
They
you
are
got it right
spearmen.
that time.
Yeah, I got it right.
Yeah, they are spearmen. You got it right. Alright, we got a scrum in the middle.
And cleared up the
Knights are gonna take it.
light cap and.
Now I'm
camels.
much more comfortable. Now I'm much more comfortable with the counterattack. Now that we know the threat of the light cav are dead, but again, we're playing against Turks. Turks have cannons. Oh, the quick wall! Karabast, where have you been hiding that?
Oh!
It didn't work, but
Yeah.
it didn't work, but that was still
Yeah, a
really cool.
little bit more HP on the houses, and it would have worked out.
Okay, the
But
knights are in. The camels are standing idle, and they have to unfortunately run all the way around to get here. These knights are going to do some work in the meantime, but we're pulling the villagers back. Okay, this is I like this counterattack now that the threat of the light cav are dead. I actually think from Karabast pulling the light cav back was a misplay. I think we needed to keep them hidden in the corner and then swoop in at the moment to punish the counterattack.
no, I think counterattack is the only play that PowMatt could have done. I don't think it was ever a mistake, but yeah, I think.
No,
yeah.
I think I'm much more comfortable doing a counterattack now that the light cav are dead.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
These camels are gonna get slaughtered.
Ooh,
Okay,
there's
now
a
they're-
few
now they're gonna be
idle
fine. Now there's a few.
idle villagers just chilling next to a tree.
They just finished the wall up, and he's nerding over the camels right now. Now I can't remember. I know light cav outrun camels. Do knights outrun camels?
Should be. Let's see what the.
Oh yeah, we have captured. We can tell it. 1.49 versus
1.60.
1.6. Okay, so no, knights cannot outrun.
No, I think the husbandry tech is in for Turks, and
Oh,
it's
yes,
not
yes, yes,
there
yes.
for Georgians.
Oh, and we're coming in with pikemen for upgrade. And we're luring the cavalry back. This is really nice, but the camels are coming. They realize what's about to happen. That was really nice from both players. Good reactions from both.
Yeah, and knights and spear pikemen should beat the camels. So I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, camels get slaughtered by pikemen. It's disgusting.
So I
They
think.
have no health.
I think you either. I think you
Or
have.
no armor.
You're floating so much wood. You can drop a DC or seed more farms. Right now, Georgians.
TC would be nice.
Georgians, it's worth putting down your what is that church? Fortified church, so that you get a tile where the eco is boosted around that church for Georgians, which is also going to be eco bonus that you get, which helps spam the cavalry. A lot of bonuses could help.
Getting squires. I'm not sure the infantry side of Karabast's idea here. I'm not understanding fully.
Okay.
It's not that infantry's bad. It's just that we're
Karabast
playing Turks.
don't really-
We have a lot.
Karabast doesn't really have infantry queued up. I don't understand.
Yeah, we're researching squires. I'm not sure what for.
Oh,
well,
okay.
I guess for spearmen eventually. I guess.
Turks get
But we have
bad.
camels.
Do Turks even get spearmen?
Turks don't even get pikemen. I
Yeah,
don't think they
yeah.
get spearmen.
Yeah.
It's very odd. I'm not sure I understand. Maybe that was a misclick. I'm not sure.
Get you ours.
Okay. Also,
This is looking better for PowMatt. We've got the fortified church coming up to cover nothing really. The farms maybe.
I think I mean it'll boost the farmers around the fortified
Oh,
church.
that's right. It does do that, doesn't it?
I do think that putting it next to the gold would kind of boost the gold miners as well.
Especially
But
since we're entirely off of gold.
going for an Imperial Age play, okay. So fortified church, university, and then clicking up to Imperial is probably the idea, and Monash probably because there's 6 stone miners in the back.
But we are off of gold, which is concerning to me. we're off of gold and we've walled off our access to that expansion point. Now, of course, we can just delete the palisade wall and that's fine. But I would like to see PowMatt send these knights in to just look around. I talk about this in pretty much every game we've cast. Dennis is much better at scouting than I am in the initial, but one thing that I always try to do is every time you get an age up or every time like an event has happened, send your scouting. Just send a guy in to die. It can be a single pikeman, it can be a single knight. Just send someone around your opponent's base. If you have time to micro them and actually get a look around, just do it, because you will always get more information on what your opponent's up to. It's always beneficial. Okay, we're going monks. Georgians don't get the warrior priest, right? That's the
That's the Armenians, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, camels
I think we
moving
see-
forward right now.
They're not going to be able to get through. It's actually a really good wall up. Ooh, wait, no, hang on. I lied. Is there a gap between that house and that market? I think there is. There's a gap between the house and the market.
Is there a tree between it? I don't know. Either way,
But the camels can just
camels are
kill
just
it.
going for the palisade walls
Good.
right now.
Good evacuation, but being away from the gold is very awkward to me. We're out of gold now, so we're going up to Imperial Age to do what exactly?
True, that's a good question. I mean, it is camels, so you can run in your pikes, and they are moving towards the camels right now. Sniping villagers is not as easy, and the villager gets away. Yep.
Yeah, camels are not good raiding units. Not generally.
And the
They're
monk
something
trying to
to
protect
This monk
his
is
relic.
super dead.
Okay, I like that immediately the light cab was used for the monk instead of the camels. I don't know if that was worded about conversions, but that was really nice played by
Yeah,
Karabast.
but unfortunately, by not moving the camels, they all just took a ton of damage from those pikemen. They did win because they had the hill advantage, but that was, I don't know. I think that was a mixed bag. We do have heaps of stone. Where's that castle going?
It's towards the center,
The
yeah.
center castle. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for Karabast. Okay. Where's the... I want PowMatt's castle to go right up next to this gold on the front, but like we need to start taking gold.
Yeah, I think the farming eco. I mean, 33 villagers, but only 7 working for Red so far. So
Yeah. They're okay. He just pulled them out.
you don't really have the gold to produce trebs. So yeah, I don't know what the idea would be
Cas-
once.
I sort of like this castle.
The
I wish it
castle
was
gets
more
the
to
gold, right? Yeah, I think the castle
Yeah.
gets you the gold. Maybe the builders will become gold miners.
It needs to be more to the right so it can cover both of these golds for PowMatt, and it also helps kind of defend this town center, which I like. But I don't know. I being off gold this long makes me nervous. I'm an archer player, so this is weird to me.
Yeah.
um,
So I mean, you have 4 on food right now for Karabast, which is probably the main concern.
but we're in Imperial Age, and our opponent isn't.
Yeah.
We could very easily
Yeah.
drop a treb, but we need gold to do it.
Karabast is actually. Oh! The builders didn't really go to the stolen mine, which is actually worse.
They're going back to wood, which I
Yeah.
think is actually okay. We need wood as well. I think the stone miners are hopefully to build a second castle on that same position, which I would agree with. But again, okay, we are going back to gold. This is good to see. We don't know about this blue castle on our base yet. We're switching to cavalry archers, which again just begs the question for me of why did we worry about infantry in the beginning? Why not just do archers?
I mean, it
just
was
a bit of an
it was
efficiency.
just 2 man at arms. It's not too big a deal with the
It
infantry,
was 3 man at arms, and we got squires as well.
but yeah.
My point is that Turks are good at cavalry archers and hand cannons. I don't understand the barracks use.
All right, Janissary is being queued up, and there's cab archers. I think the general idea with the spamming of camels, I think, is because Karabast knows about the Monaspa, probably was worried about them.
True.
And I like that Turks finally is having some kind of food eco with 13 farms. So I'd like to get that picked up because 733 wood is a lot. Just seed a lot of farms because you know your opponent is an imp. You want to get to imp as well. Once you get to imp, Turks get immediate gunpowder, which is amazing. So it'll be good for Karabast to play into that.
I think we can get a Treb going, but I think the problem is PowMatt doesn't know about this castle, so not thinking we need a Treb right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would even be happy if PowMatt is actually queuing up anything, but right now all queues are idle and just building castles right now, which...
Alright, now that castle I don't think is going to help. I think the fortified church is enough. I think that castle needs to be forward. But again, the problem here is that PowMatt does not know about the position that
I
he's right
think
next to.
I think
He's
the
about to.
I think
There
the
it is.
archery range is going to trigger a Treb production.
response.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that that's going to make Trebs show up, but maybe not.
Okay, sending a camel in to keep your opponent honest, I like that. It's gonna die, but that's okay, it did its job. We're getting bloodlines for our knights, but we don't have that many of them. The army is hugely in advantage of Karabast.
I mean,
right now.
with
We
two
need-
castles, I would have assumed that you'll see Manaspa. I would have assumed you'd see Trebs with the faster imp, but
Okay, we do
it's
have a
been-
Treb, finally. One Treb, finally.
Okay.
Yeah, getting off of gold for, I think, almost the entirety of Castle Age was not great. Not the entirety, but like the entire second half.
I think PowMatt getting the Treb out is good. Doesn't really know about the base next to the castle, but that's
He knows
good.
it's there.
No,
Oh, no, he doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
It was just
well,
a
he saw
camel.
the archery range. Yeah.
That was
He saw the
deleted,
archery
yeah.
range that got destroyed.
Yep.
Yeah. Still though, I like the Treb, and I actually like murder holes to help protect this Treb. But I think that now that we see this position, we're gonna regret this.
I think Turks can actually respond with bombard cannon because they get free
Yes.
chemistry, but there is chemistry from Georgians as well, which is interesting because I don't know if they get gunpowder. But yeah, Manaspa is queued, so I'm happy.
Oh, don't send them in. Oh, I'm scared. I'm very nervous. Pulling back, pulling back, pulling back, pulling
They
back.
don't
Okay,
have
now
the second armor. It'll be nice for them to have +2, but yeah, they don't have it yet. Janissaries
don't
are also
know.
kind of moving around, trying to get value. I think Karabast, in the meantime, apart from fighting under the castle, is also using Janissaries to see what's up. Nothing so far. Let's see how the scouting looks
definitely-
like for Karabast. Karabast hasn't seen the side base. Was definitely searching for it on the right. With camels is looking to snipe the Treb, and with camels it's kind of hard to snipe the Treb because their base attack is less. But
But
with
if they don't have
the
any competition, they'll be fine. Yeah.
with the amount of units they have, they'll be fine.
I really want to see PowMatt put down 2 castles on this position to get the breathing room to build some Trebs. Because if you start having overlapping castle ranges, that will absolutely destroy this.
All right,
because the cavalry archers
Turks
and the
Turks
cavalry will not
immediately
survive.
queue up 2 Trebs. That's going to be good for them. Only 1 Treb from 2 castles so far from PowMatt.
Yeah, this was a scouting issue for sure. We needed to see this forward location. We're building a siege workshop for the Turks. I think that needed to be built earlier because if you have access to basically free bombard cannon, get them over Trebs. They're just better. Especially because I don't think Burgundians can get bombard cannon.
So Karabast is taking out the market right now with Janissaries and also using the Trebs to take out the castle, and the Treb started firing first. And the Treb is well protected, so if the Manaspa dives in, there's camels and cav archers to protect that Treb.
Yeah, this is so far looking pretty decisive for Karabast. I don't think we've had a response to the Janissaries on the side.
University comes up. I don't know if the university is for ballistics for the cav archers or murder holes to kind of get more of a feeling. Ooh, the conversion of the Manaspa is really nice from Karabast. And extremely unlucky that the conversion didn't go through. And the bombard cannon is still going for it, but is probably gonna die. But
We're getting Sipa hide for Turkish player. I don't actually know what that tech is.
I think they get something like related to the cav archers.
Cavalry archers are plus 20 HP.
Yep, extra
Okay,
HP on the
good.
cav archers.
Okay, we're retreating the 2 trebuchets back.
Nothing from
but-
the ballistics yet, but yeah, I think cav archer is gonna do well against the pikes and camels. Cav archers could seem
Halberdier.
strong.
Halberdier's fine, but we need output. We have no output.
I like the Janissaries, honestly. The Janissary right now can just take out the units. There's another castle that comes down to secure the other gold, and
Yeah. Wow. That was
PowMatt taps
actually
it.
really decisive in the end. Really well done, Karabast.
I don't know why the GG was called, honestly, because the base was not pushed, not heavily at least. And there's enough food and gold to these Monaspas produce so quickly. You could have actually made a fight through a counterattack or something like that. But I mean, like I said before in the last set that we casted, when you're under pressure and you lose a forward position, you may kind of not really think too much about it and kind of feel overwhelmed. I think that's what happened here with PowMatt.
Yeah. I think this was a little premature, but I also kind of understand resigning at this point. This is a lot coming from the middle, and unfortunately, because of the idle time that we had with our military for PowMatt, I don't think they were going to overcome this easily. I really do think that we needed to be much more liberal with our castles. Drop 1, 2, 3, 4. Overlap them if you have to, build a safe space for your trebuchets, and then just start filling in those fast building Manaspa behind them. I think 2 or 3 castles into trebuchets into Manaspa, you could have absolutely pushed this back and broken this, but that would have been a lot of work. Meanwhile, we've got the Janissaries almost destroying the market on the other end. Just a lot of awkward economy decisions for PowMatt. That I think culminated into something that the Turks especially can take advantage of. So yeah, no, rough game, but it goes to Karabast. What do you got, Dennis? Any final thoughts before we move on?
No, I think it's I'm looking at PowMatt's vision to see what triggered it. It's just the Treb. I think the Treb taking down the palisade in front probably just thought can't really engage the Treb, and the Treb's gonna keep moving forward. Probably gave up because of that, and the cav archers around it is also under vision. Maybe that's why the GG was called. But yeah, on to the next one, and hopefully PowMatt can kind of refocus and make a comeback in this set.
And 1, 2, 3, play. And we're back. And we've got PowMatt in the red as Malay and Karabast in the blue as Armenians. So definitely really likes that DC on Bypass, the best map. And yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is going to be fun, I think, because both civilizations are known for infantry. I mean, Malay can do good archers, and they get free armor on the infantry. Armenians get free upgrades to the man-at-arms, and I mean, basically the next age tech upgrades in the previous age. So you can do like the pointy boys can be upgraded to whatever they would be in feudal age and do some kind of dark age shenanigans as well, I think. Or does the upgrade start in feudal age? I'm not exactly sure, but
I think it starts in feudal age. I think.
I'm not sure because I remember getting man-at-arms early. I think I'm not sure, but yeah, let's see how both these players play it. But because of the nature of the civilizations and the bracket that we're on, I expect some infantry play from both. And Malay is also very smooth with the fast castle, with good eco behind them. You can make extra villagers before clicking up and go with a very strong eco with a forward push. We could see Malay elephants. I don't know. Let's see how these two players play it. And
one thing I'm very interested in is PowMatt sent that villager forward to build that lumber camp. before their second house was even built. This was actually one of the spawn villagers that came forward to build those houses, and sent him forward, built those two houses like a little bit late. I'm not entirely sure I understand what's up with that as far as a build order goes. It's really odd. Okay.
Yeah, I think you're sweating
Pretty
the small stuff too much if you're looking at build orders here. I think, but what it is interesting that we see Armenians here. So during the draft, did PowMatt pick Georgians and then immediately Karabast went Armenians, or was this part of the plan before? It's definitely interesting to see the DLC civs coming out now.
Yeah, I
players.
really like the two Mountain Lord Civs, because the fortified church is such a cool building. I do think I kind of am agreeing with the pro players that it might be a little too strong, but I like it as an idea.
Pro players think it's strong. Win.
Because it doesn't cost anything but wood, so it's very good at reinforcing a position.
Yeah, it's not that strong of a building, but yeah, it does fire arrows and it helps a little bit maybe.
It only costing wood is the concern that I see a lot. People seem to think it needs to cost maybe some stone.
Okay.
To be similar to a tower.
That's fair. Yeah.
But which I agree with. I think it only costing wood is very awkward for balance. Got some boar poles, some elephant poles, worth more than boars by I think 50 food or something.
All right. What is the
I'm
Blue
still
Scout?
really-
Blue Scout, find the sheep. Come on, you can do it. Find the sheep. You're almost there. All right.
I'm still very confused by
Got the sheep.
This super early single
right.
villager lumber camp. I know I'm sweating the small stuff, but like it seems like a very exacted. No, it seems like a very precise decision to do that I'm not entirely sure I'm understanding the point of. But I'm not very familiar with Malay, so maybe there's something that I'm just not catching. I did steal the sheep.
I definitely appreciate that whenever a player forgets to send someone on wood, you give the benefit of the doubt that it's part of a plan. I like that, definitely.
No, it's not that they forgot to send someone on wood. It's that this villager that built the lumber camp and is chopping wood was one of the spawn villagers.
Yep.
They pulled that villager off of the house to build it. It was really quick, and I don't understand why you would do that. I'm not following.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're giving the benefit that it's part of a build order that they did or something like that, right?
Well,
so
yeah, the benefit of the doubt is that I'm dumb. That I don't know.
I mean, there's a minute and 45 seconds for Karabast and a minute and 17 seconds for PowMatt. It happens. It's not like the smoothest builds, but I think in the end, the question always is, what are they playing towards, and what would they do the next stage? Because it's more about the decisions on activity and map control. Right now, we do see an early barracks from Karabast. No one on gold yet, but maybe some will be sent soon. Or maybe it's a follow-up with an archery range or a stable with scouts from Armenians. We'll have to wait and see what Karabast is having as planned.
I am noticing that Karabast is missing a gate on their palisade wall. That is very insignificant, but it's very interesting to me that there's two gates on the side for PowMatt, but there's only one gate on the side for Karabast. That pretty much makes you have to break down a palisade to lure those deer, which obviously they're not thinking about doing. But it's interesting that they wouldn't have a choice in the matter. And we did maneuver those blue goats around the edge of the map so that the scout that's looking for them could not find them.
I think what you meant is the gate is not towards the generation of the deer that's outside, because there are two gates. It's just on the other side.
No, there's 3 gates. So there's 4 gates in PowMatt's base. There's only 3 gates on Karabast base.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I've never seen that before, where there's just not a gate on the side.
Was that not a gate, or was that deleted and then rebuilt? I don't know. It's definitely interesting.
I do not think it was deleted because there doesn't seem to be anything to do with that. Like, what I mean is, if it was deleted, why was it deleted? So. Okay, there's the.
Okay.
Ooh, I liked the. Oh man, mule carts are so cool. Being able to get wood and gold at that.
And Armenians also get like a boosted wooden gold from the mule cart, so that's going to be good for Karabast. And Karabast with Armenians is actually going for Manatams. Will long swords also be teched in? That is the question. Yep, there it is. Long swords. Yeah.
I think I'd want a second barracks before I tech into longswords, just so you can keep up production.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was not going to go for a second barracks, but I do think that unit production and mass, unit mass. I think if you get a reaction with archers, maybe you switch to stable and do something. But yeah, we'll have to see what is going to happen. Right now, house walls. I think we covered it in one of our previous sets. Walls buy you time, but what is your reaction with that time? Right now, no military buildings, no barracks, so this is kind of like a losing battle. Maybe tower up to get you some kind of defense, and then you can react with military buildings. Yep, that's what PowMatt's going for.
And we're repairing that house that's being attacked, so that's good.
That's good. Yep.
I like this, but we need an archery range. You have to build an archery range very soon.
True. They are long swords now, so they're gonna.
Yeah. Very soon.
Are they not already? They are already. Yeah.
No, they're long swords already. Sorry, I meant very soon to re-emphasize the archery range, and a stable on top of this. Okay.
All right. So.
All right. Now this is really passive.
The long swords going all the way back is what you mean?
Yeah. No, just PowMatt building the tower and going, okay, that's it. Like, I don't like the defense being, hey, not yet, I'm not ready, and then going back to the farms. I'd really like to see some kind of archery range, or even maybe a stable to start pressuring on the other side, something.
Yeah.
This feels very passive to me.
Karabast pulling back the army and keeping them at home makes me think that Karabast could go into Castle Age and probably get champions and make more champions. Could be an idea. I don't know, because there is also a stable. But it could be.
Yeah, the stable's weird for me.
But stable could be just a feud lease building, right? I mean, Castle Age building. You could go up to castle with stable blacksmith. So maybe that's the idea. Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Supplies do come in, so I think the long swords or champion spam could be something that's being looked at.
Yeah, I think you build a second barracks, you get arson, you get long sword or two-handed swordsman, you get champions, and then you just ignore that tower.
Food eco from the Malay player is much better, and barracks does come up. Malay do get free armor, so I mean, but
okay, I guess what the hell?
There's no forward castle here, so I don't really know what was scouted for Malay to be this passive, which also kind of... Maybe it's just nerves, right? Maybe PowMatt wants to be...
This is... I will play the slow, closed game that I want to play. Okay, I now know why we didn't build an archery.
I mean,
we didn't have barracks,
I think you can just sell 100 wood and get the gold to go up to castle.
Yep.
There
it is. Just did it.
Okay.
As you said. I don't know. I don't like this because this is not how I play. So that
I mean, it's also palisade walls, and you're giving up more map control in front of your base, and the gold is going to be ranged. There's a lot of things not to like about it, so yeah.
Double stable is
elephants?
Nice.
Are we gonna see elephants? Yeah.
I think this might be elephant.
Okay. Let's see how that comes out. I did like the farming eco, but I don't know if there's that much farming eco. Elephants from Malay, I think, should be 90 food or something like that.
I think that's no. I think it's 70. I looked it up.
Okay.
I had to look this up the other day.
Okay.
Stable. Battle level 110 actually.
After the discount, how much is it?
After discount?
Yeah, they discounted for Malay.
Okay, well then I don't know. It says 110 minus 30%, so if it was 100, it would be 70. So 100, maybe 75.
Okay.
So, I do like the elephants here. I'm nervous about elephants.
I don't know about that
champions.
because Armenians get good monks, and
Yeah, that's true. And I'm not.
Armenians
sold on the
get
second.
warrior priests, so you can actually convert the elephants and run away and even fight. So it's not that you have to make monks; you can make warrior priests to fight the elephants. So yeah, I think this is not the best.
Counterpoint. Elephants are cool units. Now, with that being said, warrior priests.
Infantry
might be
is
cool
also a cool unit by that measure, and warrior priest spam would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, warrior priest spam would actually be really cool here.
Okay.
The
Second
least
TC.
optimized town center on the right. Yeah.
I mean, it's if you want good farming, a TC on the wood
True.
is good, and maybe I mean, given that the idea is probably booming because of the wall up, but Karabast has actually made a hole in the wall now, and Karabast is also taking stone for an eventual, probably a forward castle, based on how passive PowMatt play.
Well, Karabast has made a hole in the first wall. And I wonder what Karabast's response is when he sees
Wait,
this.
now that there's kind of a break into the base, is there enough of a footprint for a castle on the center? I don't think so, right? You still
Oh,
have to...
there might be. Oh, that's good. Let's see. So there's two houses here. There might be. No, I think because the castle's 5 by 5, right?
Could be, yeah.
So it's the size of them. Okay, man, there might be. That'd be really cool. I don't know if I have the wherewithal to put that together, especially with the tower covering it. But-
I'm trying to figure out what PowMatt's going for. Now I'm thinking Karambits is probably the play because there's stone being taken. I guess we'll find out. But I mean, the extra TCs are working out right now because Armenians are not pressuring, which means there's a huge villager lead for PowMatt. So it's been going well so far. The boom has paid off, and there's stables to respond if there needs to be. And it doesn't have to be elephants, so you can make scouts or light cav. I don't know what would be the reaction if something happens. Malay do get good archers as well, but there's no archery range to support that, so I'm just gonna go with... Oh,
My fear,
battle elephants it
my-
is. Okay.
my fear with this base is that we do not have a lot of room left for farming, especially if we're thinking about building a castle.
Yep.
Now, the cool thing is if Dennis is correct about the castle in that little alcove that we built, I think that would be really cool because that means that the Malay player could put a castle there potentially. Their village.
Cav archers. We have cav archers from Armenians. I don't think I would have guessed
That's-
that at all.
That's not something you see every day.
Yeah, that's interesting for sure. And I do like I always like unit mass over some kind of different groups of units. So I think that's good. But I think you are a little delayed in the fact that it could be. I mean, there's no monks or warrior priests right now. But yeah, anyway, let's see how many elephants are. 12 elephants queued up and nothing. I think it'll be good to see when Karabast finds this out. This could end the game if the reaction's not correct. The stable armor is already in. The single attack armor is already in. And the unit mass could be really, really strong. And the house
There
is
goes the
destroyed.
house.
So this is going to be a big surprise. And you're taking... Gambesons, but you are getting melee damage here from the elephants, and elephants didn't go back. Not in vision of Karabast yet. Karabast doesn't really know what's.
They were in vision briefly.
Oh, I'm totally in Karabast's vision right now.
Oh, you are?
I'm
Okay,
not
okay.
even looking at the.
We're building a gate. I would love to see villagers delete these houses, move forward, and build a castle behind these elephants.
All right, now you see the elephants. Okay, now the
Third TC.
you see the elephants and you run away. Okay, all right, cool.
Fortified church to cover the gate is nice, but it's
You're
not
gonna
too
see-
much. Stone gate on top of it.
And the palisade walls go down. I don't think the stone walls are
I
gonna go
don't
be
think
down.
so. What's gonna get up though?
Oh, but he didn't really click
Thunk,
the.
thunk.
He didn't click the elephants in. Okay.
All right, there we go. Pick your target, elephants. You've got a limited window. These are good targets. Take out that church.
Yeah, actually,
Straight
yeah.
to the TC.
All right, cool, awesome.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, that's enough, right? You should shred this.
Yeah, there are monks queued up, but like you said, this is gonna melt the DC.
There are monks, not warrior priests queued up. That's an important distinction. Oh wait, no, hang on, because I don't think is there a problem with the icon for monk or for warrior priest? I thought.
I don't know. It should have been fixed by now, but let's see.
I do like that PowMatt is building more elephants on top of it.
Okay,
We got one conversion.
one conversion so far. More monks being queued.
We've got to find and kill that monk real quick. Now we already have stables built. I'd like to see a couple.
Oh,
scouts. I think if you're ever do an attack like this, I think you need to
There's-
pause your elephants.
there's-
build a scout or two.
There's
There we go.
so many elephants being queued. I think this is over, Scratch. This is amazing.
It's nuts. We do have the secondary expansion base that does have some military.
The stone walls are being placed. I mean, there are palisade walls, so I think they're gonna just kill everything here. And the stone walls do come down, but that villager is also killed. And they are
They
thinking
actually
about.
stopped the castle drop.
Yep. For momentarily, at least. The house is being taken down, so they're gonna be in soon.
Oh, I didn't know that the fortified church had a minimum range. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yep.
So these elephants that are attacking the church at least are perfectly fine. Yeah, GG. Really good push. I
Oh.
definitely think there's a few things we could do to improve it, but this was really nicely done.
Oh yeah, the elephant spam was amazing. Very well done, PowMatt. I don't really care how the tournament results go for you. This was amazing from you, and I hope you look back on this and you are proud. Very well done.
Dennis
Good game.
really likes elephants.
I mean, like I said,
we
unit
don't get to
mass.
see them that much.
Unit
so-
mass of anything is amazing, right? I think
I've
I've spoken about Skit Vibe and Karabast going for infantry spam before, and right now we get elephant spam, and it is amazing. This is really cool.
A couple notes for me from PowMatt. I really like this. This is really good. I think that once you mass up your elephants, you're gambling on whether your opponent knows that monks are the correct play. If you're playing against Armenians, I feel like that's an assumption you should make. Once you get your elephant mass up, I would strongly suggest building 2 or 4 scout cavalry in your stable while your elephants are moving forward. That way you're prepared for when those monks show up. You managed perfectly fine here, but a more prepared player would have already had 1 or 2 monks on the field. I don't know how I feel about the secondary wall up. That might just be nerves of, I know I need to go elephants, I know I need a ton of food, I need to be uninterrupted, and that's fine. It clearly worked out, but I just don't know how I feel about it. I think that a reaction with a barracks and a archery range and just having unit control to defend your base until then would have been fine. I honestly think that if Karabast had been a bit quicker on the gas with the infantry attack in Castle Age, that this could have gone the other way. But they were passive, and you punished it, and that's good to see. What do you got, Dennis?
Oh, this is amazing. I don't really think, even if 3 monks or 4 monks were queued, I don't think it would have stopped 26 elephants. I think the monks would have died, maybe gotten 3 conversions, nothing would have changed. At least I don't think it would have.
Sure.
I mean, if Karabast drop multiple fortified churches just to spam warrior priest or something like that, maybe, just maybe, it would have helped. But yeah, I think it was totally got off guard. I think I liked that PowMatt master unit before showing the tech, and it was just beautiful.
And we prepped for it too. We had
Yeah.
the armor upgrade and at least forging.
Yeah,
So that's really
yeah,
cool.
true.
I think what I was speaking from was the idea that Karabast should have built multiple churches. As soon as these elephants are on your doorstep, pull your villagers off of the wood line, build 3 churches, like immediately. And then I guess pikemen on top of that, since you already have infantry upgrades, and you could have definitely fended this.
I mean, this is, I'm gonna speaking purely of what I would have done as a player. I don't think I would have responded if I knew at the stage that Karabast was in. I don't think I would be thinking, let's drop monastery. Let's say you do drop multiple fortified churches and spam monks, right? I think that would deplete all your resources. And
for sure.
Will you even be able to come back and fight back with the converted elephants? It is debatable.
I really, really need you to watch DHR and One Will Fam set.
Okay, yeah.
I need you to watch that set.
I mean, I have to edit it. I'll be editing it.
That's true.
Yeah.
The trick is to botch your recordings so that your co-caster has to edit and watch them. That's the top tier play. Okay, I think that's all I got for this. This was a great game, great set. We're going into game 3.
That is true.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Pause. And 1, 2, 3, play. And we're in game 3 for Karabast in the blue trunks as the Spanish, and PowMatt in the red trunks as the Romans. On Dennis's favorite map, Quarry. This is not true. It's not like this map.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I mean, I've seen so many people actually play Spanish here. I guess. I mean, we all know what Spanish is known for: castle drops into conquistadors. So that I think I would assume that is the plan for Karabast. PowMatt, we had a really good elephant spam in the previous game. So it's going to be interesting to see how
Really good
Romans
example.
deal with. Yep, go for it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. How Romans deal with.
Yes, the Spanish and conquistadors. I mean, you just need skirms.
I feel like Romans are pretty equipped to deal with conquistadors, right? Because like their pikemen get extra armor. They can't catch up to them, but like they've got scorpions, right? Like I don't know. Maybe that's not an advantage for the Romans, but I think the Romans are going to be better off in some sense.
All right, cool. Yeah, you're not wrong. Let's see how it plays out. And
the last game, though, we saw a really good example of how a passive player can really turn it around, and that was really cool to see. I really liked that for PowMatt a lot, because they've been very passive throughout most of this, and that's fine. There's nothing really wrong with playing passive until it starts being a detriment.
I think we've spoken about plans, right? If you are playing passive and you're playing towards an idea, that's always going to come out.
Yeah.
And even if you lose, you had a plan, and it's something that you can look back and be like, ooh, I executed it. And that's something that is to be proud of, for sure, even if
there's
you lose.
There's a huge difference between being passive with a plan and being passive and not having a plan.
And I think we kind of covered it. I probably mentioned it during the set as well, where walls buy you time, and PowMatt used that time to execute the plan of an elephant spam with Malay. So yeah,
got some scouts getting very, very close. Or just pass out. Nope.
Okay, PowMatt clicked on the Karabast scout. And Karabast is potentially running towards the TC, but the house could be spotted. Nope. Just
PowMatt is shift queuing their villagers on those sheep brilliantly. We did eventually kill 2 sheep because when too many villagers try and surround the sheep.
Even HP exchange. Oh, as I say that, there was a uphill shot. Yep.
As I was saying, when your villagers eventually surround a sheep, if they cannot get in to take out the or to benefit from the sheep corpse. If there's another sheep nearby, they will immediately go to slaughter that sheep. It's much more ideal than the alternative of slaughtering 2 or 3 sheep at the same time, but it's still another thing we can work on a little bit to tighten up. We have missed 2 sheep at the back for PowMatt. Karabast, I think we've got all our sheep, which is nice. And the scout survived.
Presto.
Okay, we've got house on the front for PowMatt. I think maybe thinking about walnut.
Villager. Ooh, wow, that was saved. I thought the villager was gonna die for sure, but that was good garrison there. Yeah.
Makings of a frontal wall up. I've seen this a few times on this map. People really want to keep the opponent out of that middle because that middle
It's
area
a
is...
panic house for the
Monday?
Popcat, but yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it was 15 out of 15 when Karabast dropped the house.
I was talking about PowMatt. They're kind of walling up the middle a little bit.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
I like the woodcutters going all the way to the back of the base for Karabast. It might make defending that a little bit better, but it's all the way at the back, so it's going to take forever for the
I
opponent to do
think
that.
we need to definitely talk about PowMatt not taking the boars on Villager 18. I think that's gonna set the feudal age time back by a lot. I don't know what happened. Was that not scouted? Is that what happened?
They can't see the boars. Oh, that's rough. But he's got to realize it, right?
I mean, yeah.
Unless PowMatt's never played this map and is just this just doesn't have boars on it.
Yeah, essentially, when you scout, the first things that you're trying to scout are your wood lines. The second one is your boar, and then your sheep.
And then your opponent, in usually that order.
Yep, in that order. So the fact that the back of the base is not scouted is kind of sad.
The
for
2
PowMatt.
boars being on top of each other did not make that any better for PowMatt, to be fair. Yeah, this is rough.
Yeah, I think it's
He's gotta-
just scouting.
You gotta
and,
realize it though, right? Oh, they have no food. Oh, this is
Oh,
awful.
15 food missing, and there's...
Yeah.
Now you have to seed farms or something like that, and...
That's what they're gonna... Oh, this is rough.
Yep, a lot of idle time as well. I mean, even Karabast has the idle time, but also has the boar, so that's going to be huge, especially on the wood, right? Because when you seed farms like this, you're going to sink a lot of wood into these dark age farms, which have
To
how
be
much
fair,
food
they're
on them.
following that up with building a second lumber camp on the back end. So clearly they at least understand.
Adapting,
And they
yeah.
actually managed to click feudal age first.
Yep, true.
Okay.
But
They
I
did
think, but
have a very clean dark age until that
but
moment.
to be fair, Spanish is going fast castle drop probably is my guess.
Yeah, that is a safe assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this was actually a really good dark age from PowMatt. We just need to work on the scouting.
Yeah, I mean, considering that they missed the boars, it's good, really good.
Missed the boars and 2 sheep. So we managed to get up to feudal age missing 200, 540.
680, 780, 880 food.
Yeah, wow. That's actually nuts. And we did it with 1 fewer villager too, which I think maybe was intentional.
Yeah, that was a lot of idle time, but yeah.
And what do you know? The Spanish player is building a stone mine. Who would have thought?
Yeah, it's FC castle drop for sure.
Yep.
So
There's nothing wrong with that. If your Civ is good at something, do it.
yeah, actually 27 pop dark age is a little delayed, but if it's not punished, it'll kind of work out. So, yep.
I don't think it can be punished because unfortunately PowMatt is going to be scrambling.
I mean, that's...
We've got a early, well, not an early, but relatively almost on time barracks.
Yeah.
And it's part of the wall.
Yeah, I think it really helped Karabast that PowMatt missed all this food, because
Yes.
otherwise this is way too greedy with 27 pop dockage.
The scout is finally realizing that he's missing stuff and is coming back to look for it, I hope.
I mean, you can actually, if you find the blue scout, you can actually kill it. At least you get that, probably. But where is the scout even? They're just chilling next to the PC. Okay.
The red scout is not going back to base. This is very unfortunate.
I mean,
Even now, I think these 2 boars would be useful just because they would get you off of the farms for a minute.
Oh, you're talking about scouting the boars, yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna find them eventually. And he's gonna be very upset. I would be. Missing 1 boar is detrimental, but missing 2 is and 2 sheep is insane. It's really rough.
Yep.
I don't know. Are there any maps that have no boars? Really?
I mean, Mega Random maybe.
That's true. Okay, yeah, that's fair. But that's mega random. I feel like that's different.
What are the Nomad also is different in that regard then.
I like the barracks to add to the potential wall up of the rear and the market to the rear wood line. I really like it. It makes it so that we can be very defensive of this wood line without contributing army to it, which helps with the fast casual play. Really good planning from Karabast here. Stable and black.
What are you talking about? There's no barracks for Karabast.
Blacksmith, I said. Blacksmith.
Oh, blacksmith. Okay. I mean, you see villages on stone with Spanish. You could expect the FC castle drop idea, but
He does see the mine on the market, which I think is why we're walling up in this middle area.
and
there a
the
wall?
villager
Hold on, there.
is going forward, getting the outpost in, but you don't really have. I guess you're gonna build scouts maybe to fight the. Yep, you're making scouts to fight the castle drop that's gonna be coming in.
It's only infantry that get the double armor bonus, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't dislike the scouts, but it doesn't feel correct to me.
Yeah, because you're in feudal age, you're delaying your castle age, and like you've mentioned before, I think during the set, that villages can fight them off, and potentially follow it up with pikemen. If
Yeah.
actually there's no barracks, is it going to be a naked castle without any protection?
Sending in
The greed of Karabast in this set is going to be insane if there's a naked castle with no protection for those wills.
sending in feudal age unupgraded scouts to fight off a castle is going to be rough. I like the outpost a lot. I love the wall up. This
Okay,
is, like,
it's
PowMatt has a plan. It is a naked castle. It's probably
but it's defensive, so at least it's
Yeah.
not aggressive, so they can get away with it.
I feel like if you're going to put the castle that far back, you want to put it on
But
the
the scouts, I mean,
Scouts
like you
use-
said, there's no blacksmith upgrades, so it's. I mean, they're still gonna get will kills, but maybe not as much as they could have gotten if they actually had forging or something like that. Ooh, they're not being fought off, so they're gonna get good amount of kills then. Okay, now 3
Yeah, we
villagers are
starting to
fighting.
fight off.
Yeah.
The villagers will win this fight, but it's definitely kind of showing your hand. But again, the response from PowMatt is to build more scouts, and that is not the correct response because we're making ourselves stay in feudal age, and our opponent's already in castle age. By the time we figure out how to get up to castle age after building 10 scouts, our opponent's going to be in imperial age and building trebs. Potentially, that I don't know if that's true in this game, but a
Yeah.
mass of conquistadors is
Yeah,
gonna be just as bad.
the imperial is unlikely, but yeah, I think the conquistadors would shoot down the palisade walls pretty easily, and okay. Conquistadors are being queued up, so yeah, conks. So you have to prioritize castle age now. Sell your wood with the market and go up, and the market comes down. So I think that is what PowMatt is thinking about. I like that is prioritized, and then you go up and maybe make monks for the conks or mangonels. I mean, I guess you can make scums, but what I'm worried about is that Karabast would follow it up with the siege of their own. Because that's the comp that I would probably go for, Conquistador Mangonel. But let's see how these players play it out. And some market abuse into Castle Age. Nice.
It's
Very
not
well done.
abuse, it's use.
Market use. Okay. All right. It was just 200 wood, so yes.
Yeah, just
I am
a light
sorry.
use of the market. No, this has been really good for both players. Like Karabast is definitely, I think, at an
Okay,
advantage here
now
because they're not
it's
being-
very important that okay, this is actually hard because there's one layer of palisade walls. It's going to be this
Tower.
this tower
I
is
like
not
the tower, but
is
it's
not
not
going
gonna
up.
go
It's
up.
not going to go up.
Presto.
How many will kills is this group going to get? Is the question really?
4, 5. This tower might go up. No, there's no way.
I mean, even if it does go up, the conquistadors can just move to the side and no, they're not going up. It's not going up.
Yeah, no. That was rough. That might be it right there, actually. That was 7 villager kills.
More.
Oh, no, more. Oh no. Why are they all women? What is going on with the village? That was very interesting to me. It's supposed to be 50-50, but boy, was it not this game.
Was it Dark Noob or someone who used to queue up tasks? Dark Elf, yeah.
Yeah, Dark Elf who would sexually segregate their villagers.
Okay, so now the tower doesn't really protect the whole wall, but I guess you want to get the HP on the cost down. Karabast is going to play it safe and just wait for... Take out the outpost for sure, but is that going to be siege? That's the question right now.
We got monks on the back end. I really think I would prefer building the monastery over the tower. I think you just drop a stone wall a little bit back between the monastery and the market, and then you just build the monastery. I don't think the tower is going to help.
I think PowMatt needs to be on stone, defend the cons from running through, because, I mean, you can make monks in Castle Age, and that is the reaction that we get, so that's good.
Yeah, and we're getting a town center on gold, too, so... I don't think the town center is needed here. I think we really need to wall up, build monks, and
yeah, monk siege and defend, and yeah, as I say that, I really like the reaction. There's an extra TC to boom it out because you took a lot of losses, and
but these
also
conquistadors are about to come in.
Actually, not enough on gold.
Okay.
Actually, not enough on gold to do everything. I was wrong. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, we need more on gold. The villagers that built the town center went to the wood line instead of the gold. They needed to go on gold.
Okay.
I also like this reaction. It's slow and it's going to be sluggish. We needed to have this siege workshop. This
I think conks are gonna run through. They got one kill, but yeah.
The monk almost got.
Oh, devotion, nice. Karabast knows about the text.
Okay, monks and scorpions. I like that a lot, but we need gold. We have no gold. I like monks and scorpions. I like that a lot because scorpions play into what the Romans do. Scorpions are at least semi-decent against conquistadors, especially if they're behind a wall.
Okay, now
we need more gold.
I guess Karabast is thinking, okay, I have 10 conks, now just go to imp, so just putting it all on gold, and probably will push with Trebs soon. And idling too, so yeah, really thinking about going for a much quicker Imperial Age timing. And a very cloudish
Those monks
game.
are in range. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We need to be very conservative with the range on those units, unfortunately. There's enough of a mass here that they will slaughter anything.
Oh, that's a...
Oh, there's a hole! Oh no. Okay, that's it. This is over. Oh,
Yep,
that's so
conks and
unfortunate.
eco is almost not something that you can stop. So yeah, this is.
That's it. I'm
And-
sorry for and there's those boars. There's those pesky boars for PowMatt. Those villagers had just enough time to acknowledge the boars before they die. Oh,
And
we're hitting
then-
the siege workshop
And
instead.
the imp click up. So yeah.
This was a rough game. I like PowMatt's reactions. They just needed to be a little bit more dialed in. And I'm starting to think that maybe Scorpions can't outrange Conquistadors like I thought they might, so maybe Mangonel was the way to go.
Yeah, Mangonel, Skirm, but I mean right now with Skirms you want your eco to be stronger. I think.
Oh,
So I
Agreed.
think.
We've got tons of wood that we don't need right now, by the way.
I mean,
we
with,
needed-
I think I've mentioned this before, but conks in the eco, I mean, expansion's not going to be easy because they're just going to hit and run, and
and these conks have no reason to leave at all. They will stay here.
I mean, they have 24 kills, so at this point, I don't
Second
understand the
siege workshop.
atonement. Because I think Karabast saw the monks converting the conquistadors, probably thinks the enemy is going monks, and gets atonement to convert those monks. So yeah, that's pretty
Yeah, the
good. too.
scorpions are working.
Oh yeah,
They
you need to mask
don't
them
have
up.
the range.
Yeah, I think
I think we need like 10. Which maybe that's the thought. That's why we have the second siege workshop.
I like that the
but
minimum
it's
range
a
is
little-
being used against the scorpions too. So
Yeah. This is rough. This is.
they have a lot of kills. I mean, by this point they have 30 to 40 kills. I think there was some conquistadors who dropped, so I don't really have the exact stats, but yeah, a lot of kills right now.
I think if the second siege workshop had been built to the side by this town center, out of view, and had been able to mass up, say, 4 scorpions, this could have been more effective. But we know our opponent's building more conquistadors on the back end.
I mean,
so-
Spanish can do many things right now. They can get Inquisition monks. They can basically redemption monks is good enough, and a forward castle into more trebs because you already have another castle that you can make. Yeah, this is hard. This is rough. You have 19 farms, which is a lot more than your opponent. So maybe you think of seeding more farms. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
this
We're
is
starting
over
to
pretty
get a
much.
scorpion mass, but we're starting to get a scorpion mass with monks to back them up. It's good, but I don't. At this point, Karabast could just drop a second castle on the gate.
And since Karabast knows about atonement, probably knows about redemption too, so they can get like block printing, Inquisition monks. They can do a lot of things.
We do desperately need villagers to repair these scorpions, though. These scorpions are very fragile. This is not an aggressive castle. This castle needed to be on that gate, 100%.
Yep. I mean, I think
Maybe a tile away so that we could be out of range.
I think Karabast will be. I mean, like I said, now Elite upgrade is coming up as well. So yeah, I think this is going to be really rough. And I mean, it's hard for Karabast to lose this game. Karabast has to throw really hard to lose this game.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. Those conquistadors are still in the eco. They're waning, but I think they're finally defeated shortly. But
Oh, I
they're
forgot
still-
about the conks being there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the original incursion. These ones in the middle are new.
Yep.
Third town center. Okay.
I like that
No.
the conks are still being microed too. Maybe that's the reason why the villager idle time is also happening, because it's kind of fun to control the conks and micro
Yeah.
them. So yeah, and there's
They're a good micro unit.
trebs are being taken, and scorpions cannot really now engage with these trebs.
And
because-
we're hitting the monastery. Oh, maybe the tower? What? Gate is not locked either. That's not good.
Yeah, I guess it's
Lock that gate. Okay, we're hitting the barracks first. I don't know if that's or the tower. I can't tell because Treb's not hitting. He's not a werewolf. Fletching to hit the gate, maybe. I don't think you need it. You've got 2 castles built up. So.
yeah. I think you just mass trebs right now. I don't think Karabast is in any rush to push things down.
Yeah, I definitely think just build Trebs out of one castle, conquistadors out of another one. You don't need a ton of conquistadors here.
Yeah, Palisade walls don't do anything against the elite upgrade, but there are a lot of monks in there.
The problem is the
Scorpions.
base is too compact for the scorpions to be very maneuverable. Scorpions are a very clunky unit. having them behind a wall is great, but they do need to be able to move a little bit. But at the end of the day, the Treb can just sit here and kill them.
Yeah, you can kill a lot of houses
If
here. You can
Karabast wants to be
kill the
like
market,
slow
yeah.
with the monastery, which is I think the correct choice.
Okay, skirm is the idea, is it? I don't understand the padded armor for.
Oh, maybe they think that it applies to conquistadors.
Oh, it does. Sorry. Yep.
It does?
Okay. Yeah, it does. It does.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep. I recently found out that they are cav archer. So basically, they get archer armor, not stable armor.
Interesting. Okay. We've got redemption coming. This is a much slower push than I think Karabast needed to do. I think that we could have.
I mean, I don't think Karabast need to do anything. Right now, it's PowMatt who needs to do things. I think without gunpowder, I think it's going to be...
I don't know how I feel about Rams.
Against gunpowder units, you thinking about it is worth it. It's I mean...
I don't know what you just tried to say there. But I get what you mean.
They can't lose. They can't lose. Yeah, it's. I don't know. There's no world where I see Karabast losing from here. Yeah, these rams are going to die to conks very easily. Let's see. I mean, there are scorpions, but okay.
Scorpions are doing work, but not enough.
Yeah.
Oh, not if he moves them in like that. Oh, the rams are to kill the Treb. Okay. I don't hate that. I think there were better options. But the conks are still here, so that was a trade that I think Karabast was comfortable making. Because now the TC is dead, and
oh, rams! These are my rams, is what Karabast is saying. Thank you for the rams, and yep.
And they're turning right around. And we're getting onager, which I don't think is necessary at all.
I like the block printing.
Now, does block printing affect conversion of buildings?
It's the range of monks, the conversion range when the monks can.
But does it only affect conversion of units? Are they also able to be a little bit farther away from buildings?
No.
Just okay.
No, it's just
they still have to touch the building.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was the case.
Yeah.
This has been like I'm gonna be perfectly honest. This has been a rough game for PowMatt. PowMatt, this has been a really solid attempt.
I think it's just the last game of the tournament for
Yeah.
PowMatt, so just probably playing it through, seeing if they can do anything.
And I have no problem with that. It's been a really good showing. Just a rough game for PowMatt for sure. And PowMatt might recognize the battering rams. There's been a lot of restraint here shown by Karabast too. I think this is very measured aggression.
Yeah.
God, these scores are nuts. And just like that, you've got a 25 bill lead.
Yeah, I like that Karabast microed the. I like the way the conquistadors were microed so that the Scorpion minimum range was taken into account to fight. Wait, Scorpions, do they even have a minimum range for Romans?
Oh.
I don't know.
Maybe?
Yeah, I think they have reduced minimum range, so maybe that... but yeah, I like the tent and the level of control that was provided to the conquistadors. I think they always felt like they weren't just attacked and left to fend for themselves. I think Karabast kept an eye on the conks, so that was really good.
Scorpions cost less gold. They benefit from ballistics research. They have a unique tech to fire faster, and they do have a minimum range reduction, but it is not 0. They still have a minimum range.
Yeah, okay.
So this was a good game from PowMatt. It's a game that unfortunately played into Karabast's strengths very solidly.
I think
I
the
would not-
start is something that's worth mentioning, right? No,
Yeah.
no bores really set you back, and you're slower to feudal age. I mean, Karabast gave PowMatt a chance by going 27 pop feudal age, or 28 pop feudal age with the scout. So yeah, it was very slow, but it kind of worked out in
Yeah.
Karabast's favor. And
Missing two boars is rough. I think even if PowMatt had somehow managed to turn the table on this, it does not matter. Missing out on 800 food in Dark Age is going to be rough in the future. It's going to make everything a little bit more slow. I think this was amazingly well played by Karabast. We showed restraint where we needed to. We were being a micro nerd where we needed to. We didn't just go all in and try to raid them down with conquistadors. We had a measured response of how to close out the game, and that was just too much for PowMatt to overcome. It was a good effort. I actually think some of PowMatt's decision makings in this defense were correct. I don't agree with all of them, but I do believe that there was an attempt being made here, and that was cool to see. Good reactions, but not good enough. Anything else? What do you got?
nothing
What do you think of the
else.
set so far? We got to see elephants.
Yeah, I think congratulations, Karabast, on qualifying for the semi-final, and well played, PowMatt. I still remember your elephant spam, and I hope you enjoy watching you dominate that game. And
If
hope you had fun in the
PowMatt-
tournament. Yeah.
If PowMatt walks away from this, they need to walk away knowing that game 2 was very well done. I wouldn't dwell on the rest of it too much. That game 2 was phenomenal. Well done. Good job to both players. This has been the conclusion of Hidden Community Cup Jean Bureau Bracket group stage between Karabast taking the win 2-1 against PowMatt. If you don't have any closing thoughts, Dennis?
Yeah, those were my thoughts. So yeah, good night,
All
everyone.
right. Have a good night, everybody.